Hey guys, I am so excited to share with you today my final tip for getting incredible results. So, whatever your results goal is, so whether that is maybe completing your first half marathon, maybe it's training for a Boston Marathon qualifier, maybe it's losing 10 pounds or losing 30 pounds after having a baby, whatever it is, you have goals and you want to get results, and maybe you're feeling stuck and like, oh my gosh, I just don't ever see this happening. And maybe you look at me and you think it's so easy for her. How does she do it? She's just so committed and so disciplined. And I want to first say that I am not perfect, and my final tip is so relevant to that because all of the tips that I've shared with you guys so far. So I shared how to schedule out your week so that you're going to, set yourself up for success, which is super important. I shared that you should have, or not should, but you could have a morning routine, which would set you up for success. And it's been such a big part of my success is having this morning routine. I also shared that you want to give it your all during your workouts and make sure that you're progressing and you're not just kind of half-assing all your workouts and wondering why you're not getting results, right? And of course, I shared that nutrition is super important when it comes to your results, and that if you are not doing the work in the kitchen, you're not going to see those results in your performance and in your weight loss goals. But when it all comes down to all that stuff, none of it matters unless you have my final tip. And so the final tip is you need to have the right mindset about your goals. And that comes into two parts. So first, you need to have a reason why your goal is important to you. So like your why for your goal. And so I want to just share with you that I don't always hit my goals. And I've had to think about this as I've coached so many people through not only, accountability groups and through their weight loss goals and running goals and their coaching and like business goals as a coach on my team, why some succeed, why some fail. And a lot of it comes down to, is this goal truly important to you? So you have to take a step back and say, am I interested in this goal of mine to run that race or to qualify with that time or to lose this weight? Or am I just kind of interested in it? Like, what does it mean for me to achieve this goal? It might even be helpful to sit down and journal it out and like think, what is it going to mean for my life if I make this change? And so when it comes down to it, if that why isn't very big, you're probably not going to put in the time. And so maybe you need to find a different goal that resonates with you and that excites you and you want to get out of bed to do it. And you're not just doing it because it sounds good or someone thinks you should do it. You're doing it because it means a lot to you. And maybe that 10-pound goal is a great goal, but maybe you need to dig deeper and think, what is it going to mean when I lose 10 pounds? How am I going to feel about my body? How am I going to show up? Is it going to translate into other areas of my life? Because I lost 10 pounds, I'm eating healthy, I'm, exercising, I'm feeling energized in the morning when I wake up. It's not the 10 pounds, right? It's not necessarily the weight. Like, what difference does it make what the scale says, right? It's about those other things. So like, think about those things when you're thinking about your goals. So if it's not a big deal, like for example, I set a kind of a goal this year, a resolution more, to become more tidy. I am not a super tidy person. I literally just made the bed so I could film this video and you guys wouldn't think I was a huge slob, because I kind of am. So I've been working on, or I decided at the beginning of the year, amongst many other goals I have for myself, my fitness, my business, I'm going to be more tidy. So day one, putting away things as I get them out. I'm not leaving things on the floor. I'm, thinking about, it's funny, my muse, which is my sister-in-law, who's super tidy, and one of my closest friends, Allison, who's super tidy, and I'm like, I'm going to be more like them. So maybe that's what you feel about me with fitness, right? And I like think about them and I'm like, okay, every day I'm going to be more tidy. But honestly, at the end of the day, within 3 days, I was not putting stuff away the way that I wanted to be. I've given up on the tidy goal. And I don't feel bad about it because at the end of the day, it wasn't that important to me. It was like kind of a big shift. And I think part of it was I took off I needed to maybe focus on like keeping just my room tidy. The whole house being tidy. I have 1-year-old twins. Like, that is insane. I'm not going to be able to keep my whole house tidy, right? So maybe if I'd broken down my goal into something smaller, it would have helped. But at the end of the day, what does it mean for me to feel like I'm tidy person? It's not really a big goal to me right now. I have a lot of other priorities in my life, like being a good mom, being a good businesswoman, being in shape, being a great wife, and being tidy is pretty freaking low down on my list. So I don't feel bad that I gave up on that goal. But But if it comes down to something that's super important to you and you're sitting here and you're thinking, I got big goals, these mean a lot, I've dug in and I know that I want to do it, then great. So the next thing is you need to decide and commit to doing it. You need to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the results I want, whatever they are. It's going to happen. And you need to know that's probably not going to happen on your timeline. It most likely won't happen as fast as you want. And you're going to have setbacks. You're going to go forward. You're going to go back. You're going to have struggles and it's going to be hard. And there's going to be days when you're like, this sucks. And like I said, if your why is big enough, those days when you say it sucks are going to move on and then you're going to keep going. If the goal is not a super priority to you, maybe not. So you have to have the mindset that it's not going to be perfect. You can't have a perfectionist mindset. If I had it, like I said with the tidy thing, like if I had been like, one time I didn't put something away, I'm done, then I would have given up. Like, you can't do that. You're going to have roadblocks. So so for an example of someone who wants to lose weight, there's going to be days that you're going to like just be tired and you're not going to work out, or you're going to miss your alarm, or your kids are going to be screaming and you're like, I just can't do it today. I can't. They woke up too early and I'm not doing it. And that's okay. You can't just give up from there. So all of those tips that I shared, like, do I always manage my time perfectly? Certainly not. Do I have great intentions? All the tips I shared with you are things that I generally live by. Yes, they've become habits, but I'm not perfect. I miss days. And do I always give it all on my workouts? No, not every single time, you guys. It's not about being perfect. These are tips that are supposed to help you and give you motivation in that moment, but no one's perfect. No one is. And you just have to strive to make those tiny improvements. I don't always make it for my morning routine, but I usually do. I usually eat healthy. And when I am trying to lose weight, I am much more regimented with my nutrition and I'm making sure I'm on it and I make those sacrifices. When I was losing 30 pounds after my twins, I followed the nutrition plan that comes with the home workout programs that I offer. And I had my date night, cheat day, or a treat is what I like to call it, because I don't want to cheat is negative. And that's fine. And sometimes I didn't plan to eat unhealthy and I had ice cream at a party and it was delicious. And yeah, maybe sometimes I did feel guilty, and that's but that was my own decision to make the decision to have the ice cream, my own decision to feel guilty. Instead, I need to just move forward. No matter what journey you're on, you're always going to have some roadblocks. You're always going to stumble. And sometimes you're going to go 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And sometimes you're going to go 2 steps forward and your kids are going to get sick and your husband goes out of town and you get sick and you go 5 steps back because you just throw in the towel completely for a few days, but then you get back up and you start again. And so I want to encourage you guys, little by little, little becomes a lot. Please don't give up on your goals just because they're hard. If that why is big enough, just keep going. So you guys, the last element of this is you're so much more likely to stay with it if you are accountable to your goals. And you're in a community of people doing the same thing. And that is what I run with my accountability groups. I do virtual boot camps. I set you up with a workout program. That's great. A plan. I set you up with a nutrition plan. Also great. But like I've said, executing is the hardest part, right? And so the accountability groups that I run, we're in a private app and we are a community together. We're mostly moms and mostly runners, one or the other. And we are there to support each other. We share our struggles. None of us are perfect and we are there together, and I am there to guide you, and I am not perfect either. So I want to invite you. My next accountability group starts on January 27th. And if you have a goal and you want me to help you get there, I would love to help you. And the women in our group would love to help you. And they are amazing and supportive. And it is a community where we pull each other up and we say, it is okay if you struggled. It's okay if you didn't show up here for the last week. Welcome back. Come again. And so I encourage you to reach out, fill out the form in my profile if you'd like to join, send me a DM. And even if you don't want to join my groups, I'm always here to talk, provide motivation, inspiration, and to give you any tips. So let me know, and I hope you guys have a great day.